Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Wednesday, June 14th, and this is our FOMC Federal Funds Rate event. So thanks for coming. I do appreciate the support as always. Definitely like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And if you haven't done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. 100% free to join. No obligations to pay a dime if you don't want to. It is in the chats and in the description. So definitely give that a check out. So as you can see, we're on the daily time frame US dollar index. As you can see, the dollar made a really big push down today pre-news. And this move to me is looking more like a trend than a correction. That definitely is the shape of a trend. It does not look like a correction to me. So I'm either thinking that the news is going to be kind of underwhelming, or it's just going to cause it to just keep on trending down. I think we have an ABC of 2. I think this downtrend is a 1, and I think that this is already in a wave 3, probably a wave 1 of wave 3. At some point it'll probably have to make a 2 of 3 and a 3 of 3, but it definitely looks like right now we are in a wave 1 of wave 3 most likely. So it looks like the dollar's down. It doesn't really look like there's any reason to think that this dollar is there's pretty much no chance, I think personally, that this is just going to make a complete trend reversal. I mean, I guess crazier things have happened, but to me it definitely looks like we're in a downtrend, and it does not look like the trend is just going to completely reverse for absolutely no reason. So really, as we go down, let's check it out on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, our last major structure level is way up here. So really, like I said, I don't think this thing is just going to make a complete trend reversal and just start going up now. It doesn't really seem like that is even possible at that point. It really looks to me like it's a wave 1. It looks like an ABC of 2 with an irregular wave C, and it looks like we're in like a 1, 2, 3 right now of probably wave 3, which this was a wave 3 of wave 1, and this wave 1 is a wave 1 of wave 3 on the longer time frame. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, even this last section right here to me doesn't look like it's over. It looks like a 1, 2, 3. So this does not look like a pattern that is just going to completely trend reverse. I did really good today trading the euro dollar, so I'm not really sure if I really want to risk the money that I made today entering this trade, because it might end up actually, I think that the most likely thing is that it probably will make a move to the upside. But that move to the upside is probably going to turn into a spike reversal, I think. So I think what's initially going to happen is that the news is going to cause the dollar to make a move up, but I think it's going to probably turn into a spike reversal, and it probably is just going to kind of bounce around a little bit until the FOMC press conference, which the press conference is really at 7:30 UK time. So we are going to stick around and watch that all together. Now, usually the press conference is when the market really decides to make a move, and when the market really decides on a direction. Usually the news will cause a big move, but usually that move is not always the direction. A lot of the times it turns into like a spike reversal or something like that. So as of right now, none of these trends look like they are over. Even the US dollar, it's not bouncing off a fib level. It's definitely not breaking any structure. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, so it really does not look like a pattern that is about to end. As in, it does not look like it's just going to shoot up and take out structure and just start trending up. If anything, I think that it's going to eventually, probably during the press conference, probably going to just end up continuing the downtrend. If anything, it looks like we're in a wave 3 on the much longer time frame, so it really seems like that is the only possibility. Going to the euro dollar, we only have about 10 minutes, so we do want to kind of rush through this a little bit. We are just going to look at the dollar pairs to start with until the news comes out, and then we can start looking at some other things like yen pairs and stuff. So the euro dollar daily looks like a 1, 2, 3. Now we are sitting at the 50% level. That probably is an area of resistance, but it really doesn't look like a correction anymore. I mean, it definitely could go down like that, but I don't really think it's going to, especially looking at the dollar index. Going to the 4-hour time frame, it looks like a 1, 2. Like this is a 1, 2, and then this is all a wave 3. And especially with how stretched out this last wave is, that does not look like the final wave of anything. And the fact that we are at a Fibonacci level does make us think that it probably is an area of resistance. But really, I think what's probably going to happen is probably going to make a move down. Maybe it'll kind of spike around a little bit today, and then maybe later on after the press conference is when it will finally make its move for the day. So initially, it is going down. We've been trending up all day. This was the trade that I entered today, 3 waves down, impulsive up. I entered long right about there. I did exit a little early. I got out right around here, but that was still a really, really good trade, especially because I was scaling in back here. I scaled in on this pullback, and then I also scaled in on this pullback. So I was building a position pretty much the whole way up. So it was definitely a very good trade. Like I said, I made a good profit today. I'm not really sure if I want to risk that profit on this news event, because it doesn't. It looks like the move is already in play. It looks like we have a 1, 2, 3. It kind of looks like it needs to make a 4 and a 5, and then maybe make a move down. But that move down is probably just going to be a crescent to the uptrend. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these things. We are going to watch it together. We're going to watch the press conference together. But it's definitely looking like everything is in a 1, 2, 3. It does not look like it's a pattern that's about to end. It looks like, if anything, it's just going to make a correction, and then later on maybe end up continuing the uptrend. The Aussie dollar is a little bit more convincing, but it still has 1, 2, 3 waves up. I think that the more likely this is going to end up continuing the uptrend also. Kiwi dollar definitely found its strength today. Very, very clear entry. 3 waves down, impulsive up. That was an extremely clear entry right there. That was like a textbook ABC correction. Very, very impulsive move up. Went right to a fib level. And it is starting to go down a little bit, so we'll have to see what actually happens. Let's head down to the US dollar Canadian. We're working our way down the list. We started off at the DXY and worked our way down. The US dollar Canadian kind of looks like it is going to break structure, but it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it kind of looks like it is going to break structure. Maybe today's news is going to cause this to go up, but I bet it's going to be just a wave A. It'll probably, over the next couple of days, if anything, it'll probably just make a correction and then later on end up continuing the downtrend. This looks like it's in a wave 1, 2, and then maybe back down for a wave 3. So let's head down to the US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3. That definitely does not look like a pattern that is about to end. Like, there's pretty much no way that thing's just going to go up like that. I mean, crazier things have happened, but it looks like, if anything, it's probably going to go up. But that move is probably just going to be a crescent to the downtrend. Like I said, I usually do trade these big news events too, but today I'm just not really, especially with the good week I've had already, I'm not really sure if I'm feeling it, just because everything looks like it's already made its move. It looks like, if anything, it might end up going up, but it looks like that move up is going to be like a final wave on everything. Gold is going down pretty good. That does kind of make me think that gold might actually end up being a good long opportunity. I still think that gold is going to make a move to the upside, so we're going to have to see if that does play out as planned. Let's see if silver kind of agrees with that. Yeah, silver pretty much agrees with that too. Kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3. It looks like, if anything, this move should be a crescent to the uptrend. So let's go back up to the dollar. And let's go down to a little bit of a shorter time frame. Sometimes looking at these very short time frames can also give us a little clue about what the heck is going to happen at the news today. So on the US dollar index, we definitely do have a break of structure right there. That should tell us that this whole trend is over. Maybe this is just a wave A right here. So it doesn't really, we only got about 5 or 6 minutes until the news comes out. It definitely doesn't have time to make a whole ABC correction. Maybe at the press conference, since we're on the 5-minute time frame, it'll make some sort of a 3-way pattern, and then at the press conference it'll end up continuing down. Let's look at some of these other ones, see if they get any clues. Yeah, the euro dollar definitely has not broken any structure yet. You can definitely see this trend though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're at the 50% Fibonacci level. So just like the other ones, it looks like, if anything, this should be a wave A of a correction, and it seems like the next move should be a wave B, and then it should go down again for a C. So none of these are really inspiring me too much to want to actually enter a trade. Like I said, it was a good day, good week definitely so far. The pound dollar hasn't really broken any structure yet either. It kind of looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. So I'm wondering if this news is actually going to be a little underwhelming, and maybe the the market already has this news played in. I mean, look at some of these moves that these pairs made today. These are big moves, and the only news that we had today was that PPI news, which is normally not that big of a mover. But I think what really happened was that the market has already got these news events played in. The Aussie dollar looks a little more tempting though, because at least it has one wave down, it has like a three-wave pattern up, and it has another wave down. So that does make you maybe want to think about going long on the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar has been very strong also, so that may be a good one to take a chance on. Yeah, the Kiwi dollar kind of agrees with that, even though this is a higher high right here. That looks like a wave A, it looks like three waves up for a B, and it looks like it should be in a wave C. So that Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar look pretty tempting, honestly. US dollar Canadian, that is going up pretty strong, and we do have some breaks of structure. So it is three waves up. It's a very soft three-wave pattern, but it definitely is three waves up. So maybe the news will just cause it to keep on going down. Yeah, US dollar Swiss also has not broken any structure, so the trend is definitely still down, and I would definitely still be looking for sorts in a downtrend. Yeah, that UJ I think could be a good possibility. I don't have my Fibonacci on here, but I see exactly what you mean. This kind of looks like it's probably like a wave A. This kind of looks like it's a B. And it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. So that does look kind of tempting right there, definitely. And on the higher time frames, we are expecting the US dollar yen to make another move to the upside. So that is very tempting, Yana, for sure. If we see I would almost think about putting a buy stop right there at that structure. If it breaks that, then you will be in the trade, and hopefully there won't be too much slippage at the news. And that would hopefully make for a pretty good trade. It doesn't really agree, so I'm wondering if the yen is actually going to cause that move and not the dollar so much. Because if the market does perceive this news as a risk-on move, then the yen is definitely going to make a move, and the Swiss is definitely going to make a move, and gold probably will also. So gold definitely looks pretty corrective. It looks very, very corrective down, so it does seem like the most likely thing to happen on gold is that it's going to make a move to the upside. So yeah, we have a little bit of a mixed batch. The US dollar yen looks like it wants to go up, and gold looks like it wants to go up. The US dollar yen, if it does go up, it's probably because of the yen, not the dollar. Yeah, US dollar Swiss still looks like it's in a downtrend. US dollar Canadian still looks like it could go down. Kiwi dollar looks like it could go up. Aussie dollar looks like it could go up. Really, the pound dollar and the euro dollar also look like they could go up. Really, none of them have really broken structure except for the Aussie dollar, which that kind of looks like it's broke a wave B structure. It looks like it's more likely to be like an A, B, and C. So let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm starting to think that the news is already played into the market. I'm not really sure if it's really going to be worth taking the risk, for me at least. I think I'm probably going to enter a small position on one just to see what happens, but definitely not really any good opportunities. I think the good opportunities came and gone hours ago. So let's see, either I'm gonna give back a little bit of money that I already made today, or I'll be happy. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. So I am definitely trading also, so if you hear me go silent or something, then most likely it's because I'm also trading. Like I said, I am a trader. I do trade my own analysis. So let's see, we got 20 seconds until the news comes out. It's predicted to be flat. If it is flat, then that's probably not going to be a surprise to the market. If it isn't flat, then it may, if they do end up raising at 25 basis points, which I've heard that they may, then that is going to be a surprise to the market, and that will cause a move to the market. So I do like to look at the dollar index, even though, let's look at the DXY, because usually that one doesn't have the slippage. Oh, there we go, big spike down. Oh, maybe they did change it. That's a big spike. We're gonna have to see. Did they change it? Pending. No, they kept it flat. Yeah, I think that's just gonna be a correction. That move up is probably just gonna be a correction to the downtrend. We'll see. I mean, it definitely could possibly end a wave 2, but it doesn't really seem that likely to me. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying for quite a while that this possibly could be a 1, this possibly could be a 2, but if that's a 1-2, then this is a very steep ABC correction. It doesn't really seem like that would be the case. It seems like, if anything, it's probably just going to end up just correcting, most likely. So we'll have to see. Let's see. Let's go back down to the 1 hour. It definitely is a pretty big move, but yeah, we'll see, I guess. It definitely could end the correction. Like I said, it's definitely doesn't look like it's going to, but it definitely could. Usually what happens is the news will cause a spike reversal until the press conference, so let's see if it does start to make that spike. I think that it's probably going to end up making some sort of a spike here at some point. Usually it does. Let's see if it does today or not. Like I said, it's a counter trend trade, so I'm not taking that trade anyways, so not really too big of a deal for me. No, with the US dollar Canadian did break a little bit of structure, so that at least proves that that trend right there is over. If it holds above that structure, if it doesn't hold that structure, then I would say that it may be worth, if it rejects that structure, that it may just keep on going down. We'll see. Usually these news events do turn into a spike until the press conference, so we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on things. It would have been it might be not a bad idea to trail some of these news events and just lay in a pack of limit orders. And then just as it goes down and does that spike reversal, just start casting out on them. I don't know, it might not work too well because of the slippage, but it seems like that would be a pretty good strategy most of the time. Let's see what the people are saying in here. Did that US dollar yen fly up? Oh yeah, hopefully you're in that one, Yana. That looks like it could be a good one. That actually probably would be the best choice, really, that US dollar yen. Because that is a trend trade, unlike a lot of these other ones that are not trend trades. Let's see, did the yen make a big move? No, not really. Not compared to normal. Yeah, it's moving a little. It's going down a little. Not really much, though. Let's see. What's the US dollar doing? US dollar going to make a spike reversal, or is it just going to end a wave 2? Which I didn't really think it would do that, but if it starts breaking structure and holding above structure, then it definitely could be a 1 and a 2. Like I said, it looked like too strong of a move down for that, but if it breaks structure, then we have to listen to that. Yeah, right. Good job. Yeah, nice. Let's see. Just checking a few things out. Holy mackerel, I did get some slippage on that. Yeah, definitely, see here. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to hold. Let's see, we have to watch and find out. Now, the unfortunate part about this news event is now we gotta wait 30 minutes just for the press conference to start, and then we gotta wait at least 30 minutes for the press conference to end. And usually, towards the end of the press conference, when they have the Q&A part of the press conference, is when they finally will actually, the market will finally make a decision about which direction it's actually gonna move in. So, unfortunately, now we have to kind of wait and see what happens. So while we wait, we could definitely look at a few other things, and we can check out some other things. I am definitely tempted on that one to get in for the spike reversal, but we don't really know necessarily if it is going to be that spike reversal. So no, really, like I said, no point in throwing good money at something that's really more than gambling. It's really gambling more than anything at this point. The trend is definitely still up. So, like I said, we'll see. We'll see if that spike holds or not. Let's see, what's everybody saying? Hey Stefan, how's it going? What's he say? I believe in a reversal now that it is flat. Yeah, like a spike reversal, you're saying? Yeah, that's probably not a bad rule to not trade around news events, especially news events like this. It's definitely not a bad idea. It is holding a little bit. I was thinking a spike reversal, but it's definitely holding. Yeah, yeah, the news was. I'm surprised because the news came out exactly as expected, and everybody kind of expected that. So it is definitely moving pretty good. Maybe we will get that end of a wave 2 on the daily. I don't know. I didn't really think that was going to happen anymore, but we need to be able to recognize it if it does happen, and if it does, then this is probably what it's going to look like eventually. It still doesn't seem like that's really the case, but yeah, it doesn't really seem like that's the case, but if that thing keeps moving like that, it definitely could be. If it starts breaking structure and holding above structure, it definitely could be. Yeah, the pound dollar is going down pretty strong, definitely. They're all going down pretty strong. Really no structure break yet. We'll have to see. I don't really think it's worth getting in anything now, but maybe if you're like into more like a gambling type strategy, it definitely could be worth it. Let's see here. Let me put in the short time frames here for a second. See what's up with that. See if I see a structure break to the upside, then maybe it'll be worth getting in for a spike reversal. But I don't know. It's definitely moving pretty good. So let's see. Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Even though gold is making a pretty solid move. That was actually a trend trade too, honestly, because the trend is definitely down on gold still. So that was definitely a pretty good trend trade right there. The trend is definitely 100% down. So at least that was a trend trade, unlike some of these other ones like the euro dollar and stuff. Those are not really trend trades. So I was definitely not desirable for me, at least. Yeah, the US dollar CAD is definitely going up strong. US dollar US dollar yen is probably another really good choice because that did make like a three-way pattern down. Yana called that one right on. And the US dollar yen does look like it needs to go up to that 61.8% fib level, so that was a good choice. And I think gold would have been a fairly good choice also, but the rest of them were kind of counter trend trades, so I don't think they were desirable for me at least. And like I said, unfortunately, we kind of got to sit here and watch this until the press conference is over. So it's kind of boring. It happens really fast, but then it kind of waits usually for a while until that press conference. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time the press conference came on, we were all the way back up here at the starting line, but that does happen quite often. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but with the news being flat, a lot of the times they'll make a big move and then within 45 minutes they'll be right back at the starting line. So I'm still curious to see if that is what happens today or not. It definitely looks like it could end up doing that spike reversal. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short on any of these pairs right now, except for maybe the dollar yen and maybe gold would have been okay, but the rest of them I definitely would not have taken those trades for sure. Let's see what the stock market's up to. Oh, the stock market did make a pretty good push down. I don't think this is really over yet either, though. I think that's probably just going to be part of a correction also. Most likely that's going to be a correction to the move down. Correction to the move up, that is, sorry. Sorry, I was just watching my second screen, seeing what's going on with that. Trying to decide if I want to risk it on a spike reversal or not. Yeah, the S&P 500 looks like it might end up doing a spike reversal too, really. We'll see. Let's see what happens. It's definitely starting to reverse a little bit. Let's see if it holds or not. I think it's probably going to go right back to the starting line eventually. We'll see. That's what happens more times than not during these news events, but we'll see. It was a pretty solid move down, so we'll see what happens with that. Let's go back to the dollar. Yeah, look at it on the daily, on the 4 hour, but the 4 hour, that is, I bet that's going to turn into a spike reversal. The dollar also, it looks like it's trying to do that. The euro dollar, same deal. Pound dollar, I definitely don't think that those are going down, but like I said, I'm not really going to risk my money, throw good money at something that's probably gambling, so I'm going to just sit back and watch. Maybe later on after the press conference I'll be tempted to get in something, but right now it's not really looking too great. So let's see here. Let's get back to this. Yeah, gold has definitely been all over the place. You're not kidding there, buddy. So if anybody has not done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. We have almost 3,500 members now, so definitely check that out. And if anybody is interested in joining my Patreon, which my Patreon service comes with a trading course, and it comes with a daily forecast on all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs, including gold, oil, and natural gas, and it comes with private chats on Discord, so definitely check that out. The link for that is in the chat and in the description, so definitely check that out if you're interested. And even if you do not want to pay, you can join my channel 100% for free. You do not have to pay a dime ever. You can stay a member for free as long as you would like. No obligations to ever pay a dime. So what do we got here? Definitely is hesitating, that's for sure. I think it's going to definitely end up waiting for the press conference before it really decides whether it's going to make a move or not, but it looks to me like it's going to end up reversing. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, sorry, wrong one. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, we gotta wait till 7:30 just to see the stupid press conference, which I'm not even gonna watch it because it's extremely boring. But usually it's the Q&A after the press conference when the market actually decides whether it's going to move in one direction or the other. So really, we just kind of got to sit here and wait for probably about 45 minutes before we really know whether the market's actually going to move in one way or the other. So unfortunately, that's kind of how these big news events go. At least the FOMC, federal funds rate, definitely works like that more times than not, unfortunately. So let's see. So we may as well, if anybody wants me to look at anything else, let me know. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Hey, Vicky, how's it going? Let's see what gold looks like on the daily. I don't know. I'm still holding to the idea that gold is in a wave C, but yeah, right. Better safe than sorry, definitely. I still think that this looks like an A. I still think this looks like three waves up for a B, and I still am holding to the fact that this is like an ending flat for the wave C, and I'm still holding to the fact that this may end up going up like that. Now, we did look at all gold pairs yesterday during the Zoom meeting, and a lot of the gold pairs did look like they could just keep on going down, so if we end up breaking out of this 50%, we may have to keep that in mind also. That it very easily could end up just going right down and going much further to the downside, but I'm definitely, at least for now, sticking to the idea that this is like an ending flat for the wave 5 of C, and that eventually this is going to end up continuing the uptrend, because I still believe that the trend is up on pretty much every time frame. So I'm definitely still holding to the idea that gold is going to make a move to the upside, but we'll see if that's actually how it plays out or not. So yeah, I think that a lot of these things are probably within the next 20 minutes or so are probably going to be right back to the starting line. Look at it, it's making a spike reversal already. It's going to go way back to the starting line, and then it's going to wait for Powell's speech, and then it will probably decide whether it's going to actually make a move or not. So let's see. I did see a couple requests coming in. Let me look at the chats again. The Euro Kiwi, we can check that out. The Aussie Canadian. So let's go check out a few other pairs while we wait. There's not really much point in sitting here watching this, at least for now. Aussie Canadian. Oh, that Aussie Canadian did make a pretty good turn. A lot of these other pairs I don't watch on a regular basis, so definitely bear with me. But this definitely did make a big bounce right at the 78%. It has not broken any structure to the upside yet, so the trend is definitely still down, but I still think that this is a trend, and I still think this is a correction, so it kind of seems to me like it's going to go up. Let's see if that actually agrees with the shorter time frames. And the daily, it looks like a trend. It's probably going to end a trend, but that's probably just a wave 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1, A, B, C of 2, and then eventually go back up for a wave 3, I bet. So that definitely seems like it probably is going to end up going up again. But it's probably going to make a correction to the uptrend before it decides to do that. Aussie, what was the other one? Was that, no, the Euro Kiwi. Sorry, I'm just gonna do the higher time frames. Euro Kiwi. I think the Euro Kiwi is kind of almost the same story. I haven't looked at this one in a very long time either, but I think we're in a wave 3. On the much higher time frames, I still think this is trending up, and it's eventually going to end up looking like that. Going down to the daily, we already made 3 waves down on the daily, so that already looks like a complete ABC correction. This is probably a 1. This is probably an ABC of 2. I bet this is going to go up for a wave 3 next. 4-hour time frame. Euro Kiwi is Euro NZD, which we're looking at right now. Kiwi is the name for, is what they call the New Zealand dollar, is the Kiwi. So we got a downtrend right here. Looks like an A. This looks like a B. I bet this is a downtrend for the C. So we may, if we get a break of structure, I would say that's the end of a correction and the continuation of the uptrend. So that may actually end up being a pretty good trade over the next day or so if we get a break of structure. Bitcoin. Let's go check out Bitcoin. Did that make a big old move? I think I saw 2 people who mentioned Bitcoin. Oh, it didn't even hardly do anything. I think we had to go up to the weekly to see it, but I think we're in a wave B right now on Bitcoin. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're in a wave, in a correction to this move up, like a wave B or possibly a wave 2, and then it's going to go back up to make a wave C, which will probably end up looking something like that. This is probably all going to be a correction to this move down, and I think eventually it will end up going back down. I still have a target someplace between the $12,000 and $8,000 area on Bitcoin. So, but my target is more like a long-term target. I think it's going to take a while to get there, but I do think that is probably what's going to happen. Now, looking at this, we definitely have a break of structure, and it's kind of a messy uptrend, but it's definitely an uptrend. It looks like a 5-wave uptrend. This looks like one big corrective action. It may make a move up, but it's probably just going to be like a wave B or B. I think it's going down to one of these 2 Fibonacci levels before it ends a wave C, breaks structure to the upside, and maybe even ends up continuing the uptrend. So I think we're in a wave B, which is probably going to last for a couple of weeks, I would say, before it ends that wave B. So careful on that one. Let's see. Sorry, like I said, I just wanted to check out something real quick. Oops. Oh, crap. Sorry. So, what was that, Stefan? Aussie. What time frame are you looking at, Stefan, on that Aussie Canadian? I know that's a pair that you watch too, so it's probably the daily, right? You're thinking it's a WXYXZ. It definitely looks like a trend now. And then a crescent, and then a trend, so that's probably the W. Yeah. Best on the 4-hour time frame. Probably gotta zoom out quite a ways though to see it. Kind of like a W, X, Y, and then the X, and then we got a trend for the Z, right? Oops, that's not a Z, but yeah, that's what I was meaning. Yeah, Z. Sorry, that's an awful Z, but 3 waves everywhere? Yeah, maybe. This is definitely a trend now. That looks like 3 waves, and this looks like a trend too, and that looks like 3 waves, and then this looks like a trend. But either way, it doesn't really matter whether it's like that or what it exactly it is. We definitely agree that it's a crescent now, which is good. So let's see. Pound Aussie maybe. I think Pound Aussie was the one that Stefan wanted us to look at anyways, wasn't it? I think some of these charts, it's been so long since I've even looked at them. What's going on with the dollar? Just kind of hanging out there now. It's not really reversing. What's the Pound Aussie? Last I looked, it looked like it was still in a wave 3. It definitely still looks like a wave 3 to me. I think on the higher time frames, it's just going to continue to make an uptrend for now, at least. It definitely looks like an ABC too, doesn't it? That looks like a A, that looks like an irregular B, and it looks like a C. So that it broke structure and then rejected structure too. So if we see a break of structure on the shorter time frames, that may be a really nice opportunity. Which it looks like it hasn't done yet, but if it breaks that structure and then comes back and retests the structure, that's going to be a really good opportunity, I think. Yeah, no problem, Connor. It definitely looks like some sort of an ABC crescent, definitely. Oh, you mean right here? This has 5 waves? Yeah, it definitely does have 5 waves. So you're thinking maybe it's just a wave A? And then that's a ABC right there. And then this is like a 5, and this is an A. Maybe it's going up for a B? That could be too. Oh, the last move down has 5 waves, yeah. That's definitely got 5 waves too. And then a break of structure. It move up does kind of have a 5-wave pattern to it, but it still could be a wave B. We'll see. Definitely has a 5-wave structure to it though, for sure. Yeah. See, I think I missed somebody. Euro pound. Like I said, a lot of these pairs outside of the realm of the dollar and the yen I almost never look at, so you gotta kind of bear with me a little bit on some of these ones. I don't know. I don't think it. Maybe we're gonna have to wait for the press conference and find out. So yeah, the euro pound kind of looks like a big ABC crescent to me, but I don't really think it's over yet. Let's go down to the daily. It looks like a 1, 2, 3 someplace in there. Like this is all a 1, this is like a 2, and this is a 3 maybe. That's what it kind of looks like. If it breaks structure to the upside, I mean, maybe it'd be worth testing it to see if it does continue the uptrend or not. Yeah, we can take a look at the Nifty Bank, buddy, no problem. It kind of looks like a wave 3 though. So this next break of structure may just be the beginning of a bigger crescent for like a wave 4 and then go back down for a wave 5. We'll have to see. Oh, you've been trading sugar, nice. He's been trading all those commodities. He's going to be a commodity trader. He's like, hell with Forex, I'm going to trade gold and commodities. Screw Forex. Really, it's a Forex broker, so it's not like it's a big difference, but some of those things may actually give you some clearer opportunities, so Let's go look at the Nifty Bank, right? Yeah, the Nifty Bank. Which is this one, I believe. Yeah, Nifty Bank. Oops. Kind of looks like a wave 5 almost. Ain't really nothing to base it on anymore. We made all-time highs. We're back in all-time high territory, so really all we can do now is to see if we have an end of a trend. It definitely does resemble a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our last structure level is right there, so if it breaks structure, I would say that this whole trend is over. And then we would have to watch to see if it makes an ABC, like this. If it does, then we can go long at the end of it again, or we're going to have to watch and see if it makes a 1, 2, 3, which a 1, 2, 3 was very similar until that third wave, where the third wave will just keep on trending down. So we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. So let's see. On the sort of time frames, this would definitely be the structure. That does look like a 3, 4, 5 though. Look at it. And then I can even see a 1, 2 down here. So if we see a break of structure, that's probably going to be the end of this whole trend. And it's either going to make an ABC or a 1, 2, 3 next. So until it breaks that structure, the trend is definitely up. But it does look to me like it is going to break that structure. So keep an eye on that for sure. Yeah, the news made a big move all in the matter of, let's see, 1, 2, maybe 6 minutes or so. And now it's just kind of hanging out ever since. Let me get back to the chat so I can see what everybody's saying. Yeah, we still have a decent amount of news this week, definitely. So if you trade Asian session, then Kiwi has GDP news this evening or whatever time zone you're in, and then the Aussie has unemployment rate and unemployment change, and then we have retail sales and some news for China, which will affect the Aussie pairs also, and and possibly the yen pairs. We have the European Central Bank is also doing their rate tomorrow, which they do plan on raising a quarter, 25 basis points. Tomorrow we got core retail sales, we got manufacturing index, we got retail sales, we got unemployment claim, we got somebody from the Fed speaking, Philly speaking from the Feds. We got a press conference, probably Lagarde or whatever her name is probably doing the press conference tomorrow for Europe. And then Friday we got the Bank of Japan doing their interest rates, which they plan on staying flat also. They're actually still in negative interest, which is kind of funny. They didn't really raise their interest while the rest of the world was. And yeah, so we had a busy week this week. Probably next week's going to be slow because of it. Monday's a bank holiday in the U.S. What is that Monday? Juneteenth. That's a joke. Yeah, who cares about that? So we got CPI for the pound pairs next week. We got a whole bunch of Swiss news. We got the rate for the Swiss. We got bank rate for the pound next week. Wow. Next week's pretty decent also. And then we got all that PMI news on Friday with Europe and Britain and the dollar, the US. So we got a lot going on, definitely. Kind of making up for those slow weeks that we had a couple weeks ago. So definitely been good for trend traders, then good for scalpers probably too, pretty much everybody. So let's see, what do we got for chats? Gold's dropping hardcore. I think gold will go back up after. Let's see. Let's get back to the dollar pairs. Yeah, it's kind of reversing and kind of not. It's definitely not doing a whole lot. They're kind of holding though. They are kind of holding their ground. Aussie's definitely holding down. Kiwi's holding down. Yeah, they're kind of holding, but they aren't going any further than they already went. US dollar yen I was thinking was going to be a good one, but maybe not. Gold made a big move down, but that all happened within the first 5 minutes or so, and then it's just been doing nothing ever since. I still think that gold's going to end up going up at some point. Maybe it'll be a crutch into the move down on the 4 hour. There's definitely a chance that this move up will be a crutch into this last move down. If that is what it does, maybe it'll go up and make like an ABC of B or an ABC of 2. But either way, I think it's going up. Whether it makes a complete trend reversal and then just keeps on trending up or not, we're just going to have to see, I guess. So, let's see. So definitely, if anybody has missed it, I do like to pitch my free Discord channel because it is free for everybody. Definitely join if you have not done so already. 100% free to join for everybody. And I do have a Patreon membership if anybody is interested in that also. The link for that is in the chat and in the description. But even if you do not want to pay, you can definitely join my free Discord channel. We have 3,473 members right now. So we have a pretty large community of traders for sure. So let's see. That press conference should be starting here any minute. I was thinking about putting it on so that way I don't have to sit here and blabber about the same old things for the next half an hour. So let's see. But I don't really know how to make it, and I'm not really sure about copyright issues too, so I don't really know if I really should. I don't want to get a copyright violation on my YouTube channel, but federal funds rate. There's PAL. I don't really think CNBC is going to send me a copyright issue, so. Oh, and we got subtitles, so that way we don't have to sit here and listen to it. Because that would put me to sleep almost instantly if I had to sit here and listen to PAL talk. Like I said, I don't really think it's a problem if I just show this. Really, I just want to watch it so that way I know when the press conference, when the Q&A starts, because that's when the market usually decides on what it wants to do, is during the Q&A. So I am going to stay on for probably another half an hour, but unless there's any requests or something, let me look and see again. I will take some more requests if needed.
The U.S. economy slowed significantly last year.
Yeah, we got subtitles on, so that's good. Maybe we could just leave it like that for the next little while.
Consumer spending has picked up this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for the next until at least the Q&A starts, and then I'll come back and we'll look at the dollar pairs again. Yeah, I know. We could sit here and draw on his face. Here we go, and put like a little beard on him. Do something like that, and then give him some eyelashes. Maybe run a little bit of snot or something coming out of his nose. Give him some extra hair up here. It look like Bart Simpson there in a second. There we go. Devil horns. There you go. There we go. Jesus, how goofy. Yeah, we gotta get a good beard going. Give him a nice big old beard. Nice little mustache. Get rid of that pink. There we go. Now we can just sit here and watch this until the Q&A to see what happens. So I am going to mute myself for now. I will be back in about 15 minutes, and we will look at the dollar pairs again. But once that Q&A starts, that's when we really have to kind of start to pay attention to the market to see if there's anything going on. So I will be back in about 15 minutes, and we'll watch the rest of this press conference until then. So happy trading and definitely good luck. I will be back in about 15 minutes. Hello, traders. I'm back. I don't think it's quite time for the Q&A quite yet, but let's get rid of the devil horns for now. I hope nobody gets stuck in that, let me turn this down a little bit. I hope nobody gets stuck in that spike reversal. Very common. Now, we're very close to being back to the starting line. Oh. Oh, it is the Q&A already. Okay, now it's the Q&A, so we are in the Q&A now, so this is usually when the market actually decides what it's going to do. I will say I did get in at the bottom of that spike. I couldn't help myself, so I am long right now, but I'm just looking to take it back to the starting line. I don't really think this is something I'm going to hold on to, and so we'll see what happens. Let's check out these charts. I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody's really interested in listening to Powell. Oh wow, gold is almost back to where it started. Let's go down to like the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I know. Geez. Yeah, gold is pretty much back where it started. It's definitely not confirmed that it may not go down again, but it's very common for these big news events to do this spike reversal. It happens almost every time, it seems like. The starting line was right here, so it didn't quite get there, but I still think that there is a good chance it'll probably at least get back to that starting line, probably before it really decides what it wants to do. You can tell it's getting more volatile again. Everybody's waiting for that Q&A. Let's go to the dollar. Yeah, dollar is not quite back to the starting line. I bet it'll touch that starting line way before the news. We'll see. Pretty much take it all right away. But let's see, look at the euro dollar. This is the one I couldn't help to get in on the 1 minute time frame. This was the starting line right here. Not quite there yet, but it's looking like it wants it. Now, what does that mean for the overall trend though? The trend has already bounced off the 50% level, so I'm not really convinced that it's just going to shoot through here and just keep on trending up. It's probably just at some point probably after the press conference, it's just going to die out, probably at least until, London session or late Asian session, when Eastern Europe starts to wake up and stuff. So the euro dollar, like I said, I hope nobody gets stuck in that trap. It's a wicked, wicked trap at these news events. This one actually did come all the way back to the starting line already. Look at that. That was right there, right before the news started. Bam and bam. That, like I said, doesn't really necessarily mean that it's going up big time now, but oh, the Aussie dollar back to the starting line. It already touched that level. Kiwi dollar's already past that level. Man, that would have been a good one to buy on the spike. Like I said, a good strategy during these news events is just layer the market in with a few limit orders. You can almost guarantee that this thing's going to make a spike reversal. Even if it does end up going back down, it pretty much always goes back to the starting line during these big news events. At least the FOMC news events, definitely. Not always, but more times than not. US dollar Canadian didn't make it back to the starting line. That was probably right around there, so not quite there. US dollar Swiss, yeah, I can't really see where's it started, right there. So yeah, it just about made it there, not quite. US dollar yen is, yeah, I think a part of that is the yen. Is the yen actually doing anything? We're going to have to look at that for a minute too. Let me pull up the chats. I can't really see if anybody's saying anything. Too interested in my charts. Let me minimize this so I can see both at the same time. And then I want this one on the other side. There we go. Nice. Now I can see the chats. So, hey, how's it going, everybody? Hey, the index is really, hopping around. Still bullish the yen pairs. I was just getting ready to check those yen pairs. Yeah, definitely still bullish the yen pairs. There's no reason to think otherwise. It may. I think the yen pairs are getting close to a correction, but I still think it's just going to be another correction. But it may end up being a bigger correction, something like that. But we don't even know that for sure. It could just keep on trending. We'll see. Aussie is already back to the starting line too. Even the yen pairs did a little bit of a spike reversal. At least some of them did. The Aussie yen definitely did. Kiwi yen. Yeah, that looks like it's still going up for sure. Look at that. Nice. I know. Connor's killing it. He's going to be I don't know. He should have like a trader of the month or something. I think Connor might have to be, yeah, most improved or something on Patreon. Canadian yen, yeah, definitely no break of structure. That kind of looks like a three-way pattern right there. I bet that's going to go up too. It may be close. It looks like it's very close to a bigger correction, but there's no sign of it yet. And even though we think it should be ready for a correction, you said it best the other day, I stay in until I see a break of structure. The market will tell us when this trend is over with a break of structure on around the 4-hour time frame. US dollar yen, yeah, we got a weak yen and we got a weak dollar right now, so not a very good choice. Even though I do think that is going to go up again also. Maybe even tonight during the Asian session when they start buying yens again. Or selling yens or whatever they got to do. Let's see. The yen index, yeah, I think it's definitely ready for a bigger correction. It's probably going to do something like this one right here on the euro yen, probably something like that. And we're on the 4-hour time frame, so that may be a pretty good sized correction if it does do that. We don't really know for sure if it will, but it definitely looks like it's prepared to do it. And on the 4-hour time frame, a pullback like that is a pretty big pullback. Yeah, you're probably right. Definitely. It definitely needs to. So, what do we got? Yeah, wait. It's EJ, MICE, pound Mexican dollar. I don't think I've ever looked at that one. I've looked at the dollar Mexican dollar, whatever it is, however it's set, but I never looked at that one. Yo, US buy. Yeah, maybe at the bottom of the spike it was a buy. I don't know if I would really try to buy quite right now, but it definitely was a buy. Oh. I think I got a wicked delay on my chat or something. I gotta check my settings. Max dropping. What do we got? Let's go back. I'm kind of sick of looking at the dollar pairs, tell you too, because they aren't really doing much. Well, the gold oil made a push down. Natural gas definitely still looks like it's in an uptrend. Oil, man, I think oil's stuck in some sort of big triangle or something. Yeah, I wouldn't buy now. I did buy at the bottom of that spike on the 1 minute time frame at the higher low, but I definitely wouldn't be buying now. Did Bitcoin react to the news? Not really. It does kind of look like Bitcoin's ready to make a move up, but I think that move up is going to be like an A, B, C. Like that. Whoops. Well, that's supposed to be a C, but A, B, C, break of structure. Then I bet we're going to make a bigger move to the downside. Yeah, why not? Oh well, we'll check it out for you. GBP MXZ, right? What do we got? I don't know. I don't think it matters, huh? Yeah, that looks like the end of a correction on the 4-hour. 1, 2, 3 waves up. That's an ABC for sure. That's gonna at least go down and break those lows, I bet. What's it look like on the longer time frames, though? That's the question. Ooh, one big downtrend. Kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weekly. Yeah, that's a 4 right there. A, B, C of 4. I bet we're in a wave 5. it definitely starts to get pretty corrective looking on those sort of time frames, but I guess what's important is that made three waves up and it made an impulsive move down, and it probably will at least go down and take out that lows, because that's what happens at the end of a correction. The EU, what do we got? Yeah, it definitely does look like the EJ is close to its correction. Yeah, it's definitely kind of like a little bit of a squeeze and pattern type thing going on right here, and that's whatever that ascending move right there for a push down. Definitely. Oh, that's the 45 minute, but same difference. Yeah, we got a little bit of a break of structure, but it's only a spike. It didn't hold below structure, so I wouldn't even say that this trend right here is over until I at least see some sort of break below that structure right there and hold. It kind of looks like a wave B, doesn't it? A, B? I don't know. It's just because of how corrective and overlapping it is. That may be just because it was waiting for the news today. But that looks like a downtrend. That looks like a very corrective pattern. So maybe it's going to go down and make a C like Connor was saying. One more push down for a C and then back up C would go. Yeah, that does make the most sense, honestly. Man, is this guy still chatting? Usually he's done within a half an hour. It's not a total spike reversal yet, so it definitely could eventually start kind of drifting up a little bit. Maybe it'll be like an ABC also. And then maybe later on in the week is when it will actually end its correction, like tomorrow or something. It's not, like I said, it's not really a full spike reversal, so we'll see. Yeah, it kind of looks like that could be. Probably gonna be an A. Probably gonna do something like this for like the rest of the day, right out through A's incessant for a B. And then back down again for a C tomorrow. And then I bet it'll go back up at some point later on in the week. We'll see though. This stupid press conference still isn't over yet. He's in the Q&A, but he's not quite finished yet. I like to see that thing finished before we really know. Yeah, he sort of loves to talk. I don't think I've ever, until recently, I never even watched these things. I just knew that they lasted around a half an hour. And I would usually wait until about 8 p.m. UK time before I really made any decisions about whether I wanted to hold my trade or not. If I was in a trade. Canadian yen. Oh yeah, this one does look like a wave C, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A. This is like very, very, very corrective. Wave B. There's not really a 1 in there though, but it definitely is probably there someplace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type thing. Break of structure would tell us that trend is over. He's eyeballing the crap out of that Canadian yen. He's ready. Oh yeah, look, the Swiss yen looks like an ABC too, even though it's a smaller one. ABC down. It could be a 3, 4, 5, but it still looks like the end of a correction. Even the pound yen looks like it's trying to make another push up. That's extremely corrective right there, but that's probably just because the market was waiting for the news. It really looks like it wants to make another push up. At least take out these highs, maybe even go further. Who knows? The yen pairs on the weekly, monthly, and daily look like they got more upside to go. This one does look, I do agree with her that this one does look like it's ready to go down for wave A, but that could be because of the euro, because the other yen pairs don't really quite look like that. This one definitely looks like it wants to make a wave C and then go up. What did we not look at? We looked at almost everything. Go back to the 4-hour time frame. Platinum definitely been in a nice downtrend. Silver should help us figure out what gold is doing. Silver kind of, even though it looks a little corrective, kind of looks like a wave A. That looks like a wave B. Maybe this is going to go up and make a wave C. That's kind of what it looks like. That may help us with gold, honestly. Oh, that's not even silver, though. Yeah, no, that is. That's a gold versus silver. Okay. This is gold versus silver. It looks like gold versus silver is getting ready to make a push up for an ABC. It looks actually pretty clear. What's silver doing? Silver looks like an ABC too. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves down. It's probably a little late to get in now, but that looks like an ABC correction, a very clear ABC correction. That's probably going up for at least now. About gold, I really still, even though I feel like I'm the only one that thinks it, I still think that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is like an ending flat. If you'll notice, it has one wave, a correction, one wave, a correction, and then another wave. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves. Maybe even a 6 and a 7 at this point. That looks like an ending flat. That looks to me like it's going to go up and break structure. Now, like I said, it definitely could end up being a wave A and then make a wave B and then make a C. But even if it does an ABC of B or an ABC of 2, that's a pretty big move to the upside. And it would be worth looking for some longs if that's what it's doing. Or if it's going to do what I think it's going to do, it very easily could break structure, make a wave 2, and then just keep on trending up like that. Probably have a pullback right around this wave 4 high. Yeah, there's no confirmation really, honestly, either way on the euro dollar. I did do a buy. I'll show you exactly where I entered. I entered on the higher low right there, right about here. I've been in ever since. But the reason why I entered was because we had a break of structure, we had a correction down, and then we had a higher low. So I don't think I would enter now. I didn't even look at some of the other ones. The euro dollar is always my main trader. I trade the euro dollar almost exclusively, and then I just look for clarity on other pairs. If I see something clear, I'll trade it. I don't really care what it is. What do we got? The pound dollar, yeah. I don't think it's gonna. I honestly think it's gonna not really do much. It's gonna go back to the starting line. It's gonna bounce around probably all throughout Asian session, and then it'll probably decide what to do. But we'll see. All right, let me see here. Still 60 people watching. That's pretty good. So if you have not done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. It's 100% free to join, no obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. But I do offer a Patreon service if anybody is interested. I sell a course that comes with that service. The course is free if you pay for the Patreon. It also comes with members forecasts. And most of the members that I've been chatting with here in the chat on YouTube actually are members of the group. I have about, including the Discord members, I have about 90 some odd members, like 96 or something. So the link for that is in the description and in the chats. If you're interested, definitely check it out. But you can join my Discord channel 100% for free. And I'm live streaming right now on Discord also, and you can watch my live streams on Discord or on YouTube. You can chat with me on there. If you have any reason to get a hold of me, that's the best place to do it. It's much easier to get a hold of me there than it is on YouTube chats, for sure. So if you want to ever contact me, definitely contact me through my Discord channel. And unfortunately, this guy will not shut up. I'm about ready to just mute myself again until this press conference is over. Pretty ridiculous. I thought he would be done by 8 o'clock. I've been doing some scalping today, so I'm about done staring at my screen for the day.
Hi, Chapel. Julie Chabanas, AFP News Agency.
He's taking another
ADP
question.
report showed a rebound in May in black workers' unemployment. Um, is it consistent with the Fed's maximum employment mandate?
It's not even worth listening to. Just wait till it's over and see what happens. It's probably at this point ain't gonna be much, honestly. Yeah, Powell's ready to call it a day too, isn't he, Fly Moon? He's ready. He's about done with that crap, he says. For sure. Oh, you can tell it's getting a little bit more volatile. The market's starting to jump. No, not much. I'm watching this in a very short time frame, so that's probably why. But the market is definitely jumping around a little bit. Let's fix this. Make it a little. How do I do it? There we go. There we go. Now we can really multitask on watching Powell. Let's go way down to the 15-second time frame. Really get interested. I can't watch that. 1 minute time frame is plenty for me. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what it looks like. Right back to the starting line. Call it a day. That's probably what's going to happen. Do the same thing over here. There we go. Go on. One more time. Pump that dollar down one more time. Give me my wave 5 and call it a day. Yeah, pretty boring. Nope. Maybe we're better off watching the 15-second. At least we'll get some action. I'm surprised my internet can keep up with all that. Live streaming, 15-second chart, Powell talking, my own trading account, my own chart, MT4 charts, MT5 charts. My internet in the US would have never done that. No way in hell. Kind of looks like an ABC. 1, 2, 3, like a wave A, B, and C. Oh, getting a little volatility kicking in. You can tell that the speech is almost over just by watching this. What happened? Market froze on us. Maybe my internet can't handle the 15-second. Oh, there it goes. A little bit of volatility kicking in. Look, another question. Wow. Maybe it's not a wave C. Maybe it'll keep going. Yeah, I'm from New Hampshire in the U.S. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I'm ready for dinner. I'm about done watching this guy. No, not a lot going on. This could be a 1, 2, 3. It's definitely not beyond the realm of possibility. Yeah, my chart can't really keep up with that 15 second very well. Maybe the 30 seconds will be better. Do I think what will go to 103? The DXY? Could. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I always like to wait until that speech is over. It still ain't over. Yeah, the DXY is what you're talking about. I'm looking at the FXCM dollar index. But the DXY is pretty much the same. It actually is a little faster than the news I noticed. So it might actually be better off watching this. Yeah, we definitely it definitely could proceed. It never broke any lows. It never broke any structure. It could go in that. The dollar could definitely make a move to the upside for sure. This is either a 1, 2, 3 or an A, B, C. If it's a wave C, it's gonna have to turn pretty soon, take out structure, and go down. If it's a wave 3, it'll just keep making higher highs, higher lows, and it'll just keep on trending. It's trying to go down, but it really ain't doing too much. It looks a little too big to be a wave 4 now, honestly. Because this wave 2 is actually quite a bit smaller than what we got already, so actually it might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. That right there could be the wave 5. We are on the 30-second time frame, so we do have to remember that we can't really trust these patterns all that well, probably. What's that? This stupid thing is in the way. I can't read. I don't know what is up with that. Maybe I just gotta move that a little bit. I don't. Can you run polls on this chat? I've never even tried. You're probably talking about Discord, I would imagine. If anybody isn't a member of my Discord, the link is in the chat and in the description. 100% free to join, no obligations to pay a dime. Oh, you can do polls. I'm gonna have to look into it. Engage with your audience. Oh, start a poll. Yeah, well. Nice, look at that. There you go. Nice. I just learned a new trick. Thanks for that. That's pretty cool. Oh, 75%. Can I see how many people voted? Oh, there's a few people that aren't. Now the thing's freezing out big time. My charts, I think I got too much going on. Let's go back up to a little longer time frame. Powell is frozen. I think he's done with his speech. Oh. Looks like the dollar's trying to go back down. Usually at the end of the speech is when stuff starts to happen. Yeah, most people are definitely members. If you're not a member, remember it's 100% free to join. Definitely no obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. You can stay a member for free as long as you would like. The link to join is in the chats and in the description. Add emojis. What else can I do? I can start a Q&A also, but I'll probably have to do that a different time. Yeah, I'm on the 1 minute time frame too, honestly. I was on the 30-second for a little while, but I don't think my internet liked it too well. I think it's over. We can close out of that. Get out of there. Make this bigger. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take my money and run. It's still a pretty decent little trade, so I'm pretty happy. Good day, real good day. I don't think it's gonna do much. It's kind of just stalled out. It's not really doing a whole lot. I think it is gonna go back and touch that starting line point. I'll probably just put my take profit. Well, that's the pound dollar, but probably just put my take profit at the starting line, right around there, and just call it a day. Put my stop loss right there, which is still in profit because I got in down here, and just see what happens. So definitely not much of a direction right now. Let's go back up to a longer time frame. Definitely looks like a little bit of a spike reversal. So the trend is 100% not changed on the longer time frames at all on the dollar. So the trend is still down on the dollar 100%. No breakup structure, no reason to think otherwise. The trend is definitely 100% still down. Now that doesn't mean this may not make a move to the upside. This could be a wave A. It could make a wave B for the rest of it, probably until tomorrow, and then go back up and make a C, and then later on go down. Or it could break structure, ending a wave 1, which I think is that is what it would be, and then making like this. It would be a 1, and then at that point it would probably make a big wave A, and then it would make a big wave B, and then it would make a big wave C. And then it would break structure, probably ending a wave 2, and then continuing down like a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3. But really, at this point, I think it's probably more likely that this is the correction. It's probably going to make a wave B for the rest of the day. And it's probably going to finish a wave C, and then probably at one of those other news events that we have later on in the week, it will be the end of an ABC correction, I bet. I definitely think the trend is still down, at least until I see a structure break, which definitely has not happened yet. So, thanks for coming. Let's check the news calendar real quick before I tune off to see what we got. Maybe I can live stream one more time this week. Retail sales, yeah, I'm probably not going to live stream for that. So yeah, we'll see. I got my normal live stream on Friday at 2:30, so I'll be live streaming during the consumer sentiment on Friday. My live stream will start at 2:30 UK time and 9:30 a.m. New York time. So hopefully everybody had a pretty good day. I hope nobody got trapped in any sorts or anything like that. I hope everybody had a good day, and as always, tune into my full forecast videos, which will come out tomorrow morning. So as always, I hope everybody has a good day and happy trading.